You ever meet people who make you roll your eyes the second they start talking? The ones who act like they've got it all figured out, posting their perfect lives while secretly falling apart inside. Yeah, me too. This is the story of how I used to judge them all, until I became one of them. Stay with me till the end, because you're going to see yourself in parts of this story, whether you like it or not. Don't forget to hit subscribe for more raw, real stories like this, the kind that hit hard and stay with you long after you scroll away. I roll my eyes anytime I see these kinds of people. You know the ones. Loud laughter that sounds a little too forced, the ones who document every coffee, every gym session, every deep quote, with filtered lighting and a carefully chosen caption. They flood social media like confetti after a parade, expecting applause for existing. I used to think they were ridiculous, shallow, pretentious, the kind of people who would sell their souls for validation, a like, a comment, a share. I wasn't like them. At least, that's what I told myself. Back then, I was 27, working a corporate job that drained every ounce of creativity out of me. My life was beige, routine, predictable, a loop of deadlines, small talk, and overthinking. Every morning I scrolled through Instagram, seeing influencers and acquaintances promoting products, posing in curated outfits, or preaching self-love while tagging brands. I'd mutter under my breath, fake. I told myself I was above all that. I was real. I didn't need to perform for anyone. But the truth is, I wasn't any better. I just hid my performance better. See, there's a certain smugness that comes with judgment. You feel powerful when you look down on others, like you're watching a bad movie and you're the critic who sees through the illusion. But what I didn't realize was that my judgment wasn't insight, it was projection. Every time I rolled my eyes, I was really saying, I wish I could be that confident. I wish I could take up space without apologizing. It started to dawn on me when my friend Mia called me out one night. We were sitting in her apartment, surrounded by half-empty wine glasses and the hum of city traffic outside. I was scrolling through my feed, showing her a video of a girl we both knew, the type who posted motivational monologues about glow-up energy while doing her skincare routine. I rolled my eyes and said, "She's so fake." Mia looked at me and said, "Or maybe she's just trying." I paused. Trying what? Trying to be better. Trying to believe what she says so it becomes true. I scoffed. Or trying to get followers. Mia shrugged. Maybe both. But you sound like you hate her for doing what you secretly want to do. That line stuck with me. It was one of those uncomfortable truths that cracks something open inside you. I couldn't sleep that night. I kept thinking about why it bothered me so much to see people being visible. Was it because I hated the performative nature of it, or because I didn't have the courage to be visible myself? The next morning, I looked at my own reflection. Pale light filtered through the blinds, cutting lines across my tired face. I looked like someone who lived on autopilot. I didn't post because I didn't believe anything about me was worth showing. I had convinced myself that privacy equaled depth, but maybe it was just fear dressed up as mystery. Over the next few weeks, I started paying closer attention, not to what people posted, but why. The girl from the gym who filmed her workouts wasn't bragging, she was documenting her progress. The guy who shared daily quotes wasn't pretending to be a philosopher, he was reminding himself to hold on. The mother who posted her kid's lunchbox every day wasn't showing off, she was celebrating small victories in a life that often felt invisible. I began to notice how everyone was just trying to be seen, heard, and understood. Isn't that what we all want? Maybe these kinds, the ones I rolled my eyes at, were just a mirror. And I didn't like what it showed me. Then came the breaking point. At work, our company started an employee spotlight initiative, where each person had to record a short video about their professional journey. It was supposed to be motivational. I avoided it until the last possible moment. When my turn came, I half-heartedly recorded something generic, eyes down, voice monotone. The HR manager watched it and said, "You don't look like you believe in anything you're saying." That stung, because it was true. Later that week, our CEO shared one of the spotlight videos from another employee, a woman named Lila, who talked about overcoming anxiety and finding her voice at work. She spoke with fire. She laughed at herself. She looked alive. The video went viral inside our company's Slack channel. Everyone was commenting about how inspiring it was. I watched it 3 times. And for the first time, I didn't roll my eyes. I felt something else. Envy, maybe, admiration, hope. That night, I decided to re-record mine. This time, I didn't script it. I just spoke about how I'd been afraid to be seen, about how I thought hiding was safe but actually it was suffocating. I talked about how judgment had been my armor, and how I wanted to take it off. When I finished, I felt lighter, like I'd dropped a weight I didn't know I was carrying. I uploaded the video before I could change my mind. The next morning, I woke up to notifications, messages from coworkers saying my story resonated with them, that they felt the same way. A few even said it gave them courage to record theirs. I sat there, staring at the screen, realizing how wrong I'd been all this time. People weren't performing for attention, they were reaching for connection. From that day on, I started showing up differently, online and offline. I didn't post perfectly curated content, but I started sharing moments that mattered to me. A sunrise after a sleepless night, a page from a book that hit me hard, a candid laugh with friends. Not to impress, but to express. And ironically, the more authentic I became, the less I cared about judgment, from others or myself. Months passed, and my small circle of friends noticed the change. "You seem lighter," Mia said one evening as we walked home. "I think I finally stopped rolling my eyes," I said with a smile. "And started opening them instead." But life has a way of testing your growth. One day, I stumbled across a viral post of a girl crying on camera about her breakup. The comments were brutal, people calling her dramatic, attention-seeking, fake. The old me would have joined in silently, shaking my head. But now, I paused. Maybe she wasn't faking. Maybe she was just human, and the camera was her witness. So instead of judging, I left a comment: "It's okay to not be okay. Thanks for being real." She replied, "Thank you. I almost deleted this." And that's when it hit me, how powerful empathy can be. One small act of kindness in a space full of cynicism can change someone's entire day. Maybe even their direction. I used to think vulnerability was weakness. But it's actually rebellion in a world that teaches you to hide. The more I embraced this, the more life started opening up. I met new people who were honest and raw, not perfect, but present. I learned that authenticity attracts authenticity. I even started a small blog, writing stories about the messy parts of being human: anxiety, self-doubt, loneliness. It grew faster than I expected, and people wrote to me saying, I thought I was the only one. That's when I realized what I had rolled my eyes at wasn't them, it was my own reflection in their courage. Years later, I can look back and laugh at my arrogance. The ones I once judged taught me how to live. Every filtered post, every awkward vlog, every overused quote, they were all attempts to find meaning in chaos. And isn't that what art is, in the end? I still see those kinds of people every day. But now, instead of rolling my eyes, I smile. Because I know what it costs to show up, to be seen, to risk ridicule for the chance to connect. We're all those kinds, trying to convince the world, and ourselves, that we're enough. And maybe that's not something to mock. Maybe that's something to honor. So, next time you catch yourself judging someone online or offline, pause. Ask yourself what part of you they're reflecting. You might find that the thing you dislike in others is the same thing you're denying in yourself. Because when you stop rolling your eyes, you start seeing hearts. And that, my friend, is where real connection begins. If this story made you pause, even for a second, then don't just scroll away. Share it with someone who might need the reminder to look beyond the surface. Hit subscribe for more stories that challenge, comfort, and change the way you see people, and yourself. Because the world doesn't need more judgment. It needs more eyes that see with compassion.